John, I think you're going to see more of that as soon as we get to the backside of that hill. I see homes and things off to the right of that draw. It's right at the edge of the smoke. Yes. Look left out your window. You've got more going on where you are, though. Hi, Katie. Okay. All right. What town is that? Are you sure? Go ahead. Copy. That Bear Valley Road, maybe? I'm trying to get it too with mine. It looks like Bear Valley Road and 49. I'm good. I'm just trying to get my bearings here. So I think that's Bear Valley Road right there. So we just saw the PG&E and several other trucks evacuating there. So is that actually called Bear Valley, that little area? Maps doesn't have it. Let's see if Google Maps tells me. Yep, Google Maps tells me Bear Valley. There you go. Coming around right. This is a good camera angle on the burned area if you want to take a quick look. All the way out to the lake. Go ahead. Negative. Smoke's too thick. Right, we see a lot of that where the fire has burning. I can look out my window and look down and see many structures that survived this, similar to the wall fire. A lot of structures survived. We know at least one has not here, and of course many more were lost in the wall fire, but a lot of emphasis placed on structure protection in all of these fires. It's structure protection, then controlling the fire, and then eventually getting that fire surrounded and contained. But we're starting to see more of the ground crews. Remember, we couldn't see anybody when we were here at noon. That wall of smoke was on the western edge and actually blowing over us and pushing us out more towards Merced. But now this afternoon we can start to get in here. We can see those ground crews working. All of the aircraft, with the exception of a couple of helicopters, are on the other side of the smoke from here. Nothing's burned over there. There's just a ton of fuel ready to go. Black smoke off to the south, 12 o'clock. It's probably a tree. Right there, yeah, straight in from there, the bottom middle. They look like trees. We'll go take a look at the trees. This is a little south here. This is a stand of trees going. We always check out black smoke, make sure it's not a structure. This is the area where some of the backfires were, isn't it? It looks like it jumped the road east of Bear Valley. It's got a line going. Don't know if that's a backfire. It doesn't look like it. Got about a 10-mile-an-hour wind down there that we were experiencing when we took off from Castle Airport this afternoon. That's really pushing this right now. What was that, John? Manzanitas? Yeah. They do burn hot black. And there's a lot of them here. Yeah, the fire breaks were further south. This wasn't the fire break here. I'm looking at them right now. I'm sorry, the backfires. No more than a minute. One minute total. I'll keep it short. She can ask me another question. I'll keep that short if that's what happens. Let's stay on this. I'll start going back north. We got the angle on it. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I was thinking that too. Why don't you stay there, and then let's go up into the... We got another pyroclastic bubble. Yes. Standing by. John, I'm going to see the pyroclast up top. We'll start there, and we're going to move south and sweep up to that really quick. Not yet. Start on the flame. No, sorry. Start on the flame, and then we'll go up. Another stand of trees going up on the western edge. We're going to have John pull out, show you a lot of what's going on as we look to the southeast towards Mariposa. And as Eileen was talking about, when the hot fire burns, you get the great big towering pyroclastic clouds. And we're going to show you that a couple of those are building right at the top of the fire as John pulls out and shows you those. So we're getting that rise up above that little level that we were having earlier. Weather in a minute. We'll stay on those if that's what she wants. Go ahead. You can talk to them, John. That's fine. Definitely, and that is towards Mariposa. But what they've been doing this afternoon, Eileen, is we'll get that towering column. It gets up to about 10,000, and then as you can see, in just a couple of minutes, it goes away. Now, I'm not sure if that's due to the upper air cooling or if the fire itself is cooling down underneath there, but it's really hard to see through this wall of smoke this afternoon. trying to get us out ahead of this. Go ahead. Cool, thanks. Another new start out in the valley. Detwiler air attack helicopter 3 TV 2292. Do you have eyes on that new start in the middle of the valley just south of the lake? That's probably it. Three TB. John, straight off the nose, they're putting a pre-line down. Well, there's another one coming in. Yeah, right there. S2's coming right by the house. Just laid a puff of smoke down, so he's marking for somebody. Yeah, right in there. I haven't seen who's coming in, but he smoked for someone. The S2's bugging out. I'm sure he'll hit for Columbia and be back. If you're joining us on Facebook Live, Dave Allen, Live Copter 3, having trouble with the town of Coulterville in my pronunciation today. And my past experience with Mount St. Helens has been having me call clouds pyroclastic, which are pyrocumulus. But we're working on fixing it. Now, the unfortunate part of what we're seeing here is that the fire has now jumped the Merced River towards Coulterville. Yeah, we got a big tanker, might be the 8. So we're seeing a lot, we're starting to see a lot of retardant drops near homes about probably about 3 miles in advance of where it's jumped the river now. Is that a 7? Sun's right on my screen. I can't. I'll look it up. Okay, my money's on it being a DC-6. They carry 2,800 gallons. So they're laying structure protection lines down. Right, if you look at that ridge line, it's come up all the way from the river to the top of this ridge just in the last 15 minutes. Now, the town of Coulterville is still quite a ways away from this, but it has jumped the river. Okay, we're standing by for weather. We needed to pick up the VLAT. I'm popping a 7. I do hear you. We're going to stay on that. There has been a development here, Eileen. The fire has jumped the Merced River and is now burning to the north and east of there. So we're seeing them do a lot of lines where they think this fire could move. Free TV, go ahead, Aerotech. Okay, you wanted me to go west of the incident, and I'm also up at 7,500 because I heard the other aircraft coming in. Affirmative. Okay, yeah, we could stay up here. Yep. Clear from the fort. Yeah, 5 o'clock is usually their shift change. So they bring them in the 1,000 feet above. So I was sort of waiting for that anyway. And we both heard him at the same time. So by the time he contacted me, I already moved up 1,000 feet. Yeah, he didn't. He only dropped a quarter, maybe a quarter, so he's coming back. He's going to drop that same line. They want a nice heavy line right there in front of those houses. Or is he? Maybe he's just following the canyon out. Maybe they're not taking a whole load. They have been, when you and I were sitting down there at lunch, they were going in and out a lot, so that's probably true. That just for the heat, they're probably not carrying the full thing. Another VLAT or the DC-8? Nope, nope, that's him. Is he making figure eights or something out there on you, John? Can you see his number? Because the other one was 912. Yeah, so he's just making figure eights on you. So those only look like about quarter-mile drops right there. And if you pull out more, you can see how he's making a concentric line towards that home. I guess that would be called a parallel line. It's concentric as a circle. So they're anticipating this coming right up that draw. So I wonder if he's going to lay a couple more lines down towards that. Look at that bank angle. That is bending an airplane around. Gives you an idea how fast they want to lay this. They are not messing around. We're at 8,000 now. Yes, he's going for another line. I'm watching the spotter. He's going to make a box. They're going to make right angles to the last one. So he's on his line right now, making his last adjustment. Should be dropping any second. You see the angle they made it at? See, and that's what you were talking about, John. You're saying the fire's going to come right up that draw, and so they're dropping into the draw. Five minutes. Okay. Nope. But he faked you out the last time. So 911's back here now? Okay, so I'm seeing 912 heading back to Castle. So that's 911. But he's hauling. That's as fast as I've ever seen them fly. Sorry, let me turn away. Standing by. Okay. Well, let's just go to what she needs. Let's just go over there to the ridge. he's gone. Wayne. Oh, no, here he comes. Ridgeline. So if we can get him dropping, then we'll pull out and show this protection line that they're dropping. One minute with talkback. Looks like he's scoping it out. Oh, he's got his spotter. Looks like they're making the box on there. Yep, he's turning sharp in. Turned a little bit tight for him, didn't he? Oh, he's going to bring him up this side to make that box. Looks like they're trying to make a big triangle in there, or pyramid, however you want to call it. However many sides it's going to be. Standing by. It is well underway as we're seeing the second of two VLATs that are working the fire, 911 and 912. We were watching 912 most of the 4 o'clock hour. 911 is starting to work this area. I'm going to have John pull out, pan to the left, and show you what's happening and why they're here. You can see a retardant line at the bottom middle of your screen. So what's happening here is you see the fire in the distance, the retardant line's in here. We have seen the fire jump the Merced River, so it's coming to the northeast. So they're pre-planning structure protection up in this northeastern area. They're using the very large air tankers to put a perimeter around several homes that are in this area, because they're expecting that this fire is going to come right up that gully that's just on the other side from us of that red line. So you can see there are some homes and some other buildings in here. So right now, not a good sign that the fire has jumped the Merced River, but they're attacking this area very heavily with the heavy tankers. Coming back in a minute. Let's get those big flames down to the left. I'll keep my eye on him. Oh, right there. You were on him. Yeah, there's a big area in there. That is enormous. Absolutely, and we're seeing that right now. As a matter of fact, to this point, to this ridge line from the river, we saw it come right up there within 15 minutes. Now, it's kind of been hugging the top of the ridge line, but it's slowly working its way to the other side. There is a lot of things that can burn over here, and it almost looks like there had been a fire here before, judging sort of from the darker area that we see in there compared to some of the lighter area out there. But right now there is a lot of very tall flames and very, very hot fires burning on the northeastern edge of the fire. Okay, read over soon. I wonder if it's okay to pop that back down to 6,500. 3TB, thanks. No worries. C-130, look at that. Hercules. MD-80 is here too, following the ingress right there, bottom of the screen. We're cleared back down to 6,500. C-130's on it. Did he? MD-80 just crossed over the top of it. That was cool. So he's going to make the circle and route that same line and connect the dots probably. Eileen and Mark need to get some wide shots for their mapping. So mapping for Mark and Eileen, this is the north side of the fire, you guys. We're going to come down the Merced River. So we'll get you the north and west sides here. So John, if you come down the river, then go out and just show the blackened area so they can get their map. So this is all the blackened area from the Merced River up into Lake McClure, and it almost got all the way to Lake McClure. It's like within a mile of the shores on the north and west sides, and down the east side of Lake McClure, and you can see out into the valley, down further out there into the valley, still burning some to the south, but everything is moving down into the east and north and to the east. So south and east and north and east. And down on the other side of that smoke is the end of it. That's 18 miles away from the fire up here. Okay. And Edie's reading over. Okay. Bear Valley is right in the middle. Everything went around it. So there's Bear Valley right there. Now we have that wall of smoke that's right between us and there. So we're fairly well stuck here over Lake McClure and in between the Merced River and Coulterville. It's burning in big areas, and it's burning big flames. Remember, we're at 6,500 feet, zoomed in with this camera that can basically shoot tranquility base when we take our moon shots here. So as we zoom out, we'll give you an idea of the scale and how big those flames were that we're looking at. We're looking at very tall, and you corrected me earlier, Mark. I said pyroclastic, pyrocumulus clouds up above this fire, and it is just amazing how much smoke is being put off of here. We also know that they have moved from the north side of the fire. They've moved the aircraft back towards Mariposa to protect the town down there. Copy, clear. Hey everybody on Facebook Live, we'll keep showing you these pictures as long as we can, but right now I need to go get fuel so we can be back up for our 6 p.m. news. So we're heading for Castle Airport right now, and we will see you back shortly. Air Attack 3 TVs heading for Castle. We'll probably be back in about 30 minutes. Alright, what ATIS we got at Castle? 2989. Yeah, we're on our way to Castle right now. I'm going to eke my way down to about 4,500, John, and I'm going to dive for 1,000 just to make sure I get through those airplane altitudes. Yeah, once I hit about 4,700, I think I'm going to dash for 1,000. If you're still with us on Facebook Live, Dave Allen and Helicopter 3 with photographer John Breedlove on our way to Castle Airport for refuel so we can get reset for the 6 o'clock news. We're 20 miles away, 11 minutes away from landing. And as we head toward Castle and away from Castle, we're on the same path with a lot of the airplanes. They're usually a little south of us, but we've got to make sure we avoid their altitudes for safety.